Well, Yvonne, to explain the basis, I probably should go back to what the appeal was about. And in January, a district court judge ruled that it would be oppressive to extradite Julian Assange to the US based on mental health grounds. There were concerns from the judge who made that decision that he was a suicide risk, particularly if he was subject to certain orders that would see him placed in a maximum security prison. Now, the US lawyers during this Court of Appeal ran the argument that they could provide what they called diplomatic assurances that Julian Assange would not be placed in maximum security. They provided other assurances too, that if he was found guilty of espionage charges and sentenced, that he could serve out that sentence in Australia, and also that he could access mental health services within the prison system in the US. And the two judges of the Court of Appeal have bought that argument from the US lawyers. They've decided that those assurances are good enough as far as they're concerned. Now, this is very interesting territory, because I remember when I covered this appeal probably about 6 to 8 weeks ago now, that Amnesty International and other human rights organisations were saying diplomatic assurances mean nothing when it comes to international law, and they were very concerned by the arguments being mounted by lawyers for the US government. But the two judges have decided that they are willing to accept those diplomatic assurances, and they will then send it back to the Magistrates Court, who will then pass it on to the Secretary of State for Home Affairs, Priti Patel, who will then make a decision based on whether Mr Assange should be extradited or not.
So what happens next, Steve?
Well, there's going to be appeals, I am sure of it. Bear in mind that original decision I was referring to before in the District Court in January, Julian Assange's lawyers were not happy with that. They were happy that at the last moment the judge said, I'm not extraditing you, or I'm not allowing extradition because of mental health grounds. But they thought there were other grounds to prevent Julian Assange being extradited to the US, including grounds around being a publisher and issues around free speech. So I think you can expect a cross appeal to that original decision from Julian Assange's lawyers. Stella Morris, Julian Assange's fiancée, has released a statement saying they will be appealing as soon as they can. So in the meantime, Julian Assange will remain in Belmarsh Prison, waiting for his lawyers to work out how they will structure an appeal, which court they will appeal to. So it seems like, Yvonne, that this will continue to drag on through the courts.
Steve Kinnane in London, thank you.